If Wooting and Melgeek had a baby, you get the Aula Hero 68HE. This is a wired magnetic keyboard with a surprisingly good sound signature out of the box. I have lots of good things to say about this keyboard, and kudos to Aula for making this a budget option for gamers looking to explore the overkill keyboard selections. Now, this keyboard has a polling rate of 8000 Hz and a whopping 48,000 Hz scan rate, which I know is possible, but I'm just not sure how this is something to be offered in this price range. Single key scan rate is also said to be able to reach 128,000 Hz. I do not have the tech to confirm this, so let's take this with a grain of salt. Again, this is only advertised. Now, testing this out in games, I honestly do not feel the difference between a 48K scan rate and a standard 8K scan rate, and I doubt you will too, but if you want maxed out specs, this is a good option. I mean, why not? My unit came with Black Emperor switches from Aula with 33 gram springs. This is offered in multiple switch options, with C Emperor being the lightest, having a 28 gram rated required actuation force. For the best RGB experience though, go for the Jade Emperors having a transparent housing and top case. All have LED diffusers though, so lighting won't cause glare on the Hero 68HE. The PCB can accommodate multiple switch types from Aula, so yep, you may swap them out. Again, thanks to the Hot Swap PCB. Now onto the software. The first tab right up here is your key binding tab. You can add in mouse buttons here as well, shortcuts, and a lot more. Let's move on to the next tab. We have the lighting tab here, so you can choose a specific lighting mode that you want. You can choose the exact RGB values here. Moving on to macros. It's detecting my mouse clicks. Nice. Okay, let's move on to the performance tab. Here we can change actuation points. I'm not sure if you can mix and match these switches, similar to what Melgeek keyboards can do. Let's move on, individual settings. So you can choose an individual key here. You may select all if you want to change them. Moving on to the next tab here, we have the advanced keys. So you have DKS, mod tap, toggle key, SOCD, MPT. I haven't seen that before. Okay, anyways, let me set up SOCD here. So let me click SOCD. Let me bind that to A. Next, let me bind the other one to D. Last input priority. Okay, let's test that here. A, D, 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 D. Oh, it's perfect. I'm holding down A and tapping on D. Let's hold down on D, tapping on A, and it's working. Perfect. Now on to the last tab here. I am glad that Aula added in the option to choose your polling rate. I'll put this at 1000. I don't really need it at 8000 because I don't want to stress my CPU. Winlock Mac mode, debounce, all good. So that's pretty much it for the software overview. If you got questions, let me know in the comment section below. Box contents include the keyboard, documentation, cable, key puller combo, 2 switches, its strap, PT dust cover, and the strap locks. I'm always a fan of PT dust covers as I live in a fairly dusty place and dust buildup on my keyboards always annoy me. The cable this came with is a right-angled cable as the USB-C input is positioned right under the strap. And speaking of the strap, it's made with shiny fabric and isn't shocking in terms of material makeup, but this was a good addition to somehow mimic that of the Wooting 60. The body of the keyboard is made of a mix of plastic and metal weighing in at about 800 grams give or take. The body surprisingly doesn't feel hollow thanks to the fully dampened case, advertised to have 5 damping layers with a silicone bottom pad. This contributes to lessening the clacky sound of the switches and making the board sound a little less rattly. Onto the top side, the light box in violet PC plastic looks very much like that of the Melgeek Made 68. Now let's be honest, this design was copied. But this is a copy done well, as I did a review of a Melgeek Made 68 in the past and I do not remember that being any different from what we have here. And I'm speaking about the light box. Basically, Aula took the best features from the top keyboards to date and slapped it on this keyboard. Let's move on. This comes with cherry profile double shot shine through topographic keycaps. That was a mouthful. They're really high quality and you can tell by how clear the shine through legends are. And speaking of the legends, these are the biggest side printed shine through legends I've ever seen on a keyboard and I'm loving it. Stabilizers are fairly tight and have little rattling thanks to the amount of lube this has. Well, it seems like Aula has done it again. On to switches. We have here the Black Emperor switches with 33 grams of required actuation force. They're dust-proof switches as shown here, having barriers around the stems. Speaking of the stems, I'm guessing these are made with PC and therefore leaning more towards the clacky side of switches, but let's hear how it sounds. This is offered in lots of colorways, catering to lots of setup themes. You basically get a white, pink, and black case with various keycap designs and varying switch options. The most intriguing part of this keyboard, again, is the light box by the top side. With a function key and X, you can cycle through the light box LED colors, and you even get this RGB mode. Really cool aesthetic feature on a board that's got overpowered specs. Plus, by the way, Melgeek made 6-8 only offers the light box with one LED option. Anyways, this doesn't have Aula's branding on it, so it's clean all around. Sides have metal badges screwed on it for even more aesthetics, but I like to think this is an anti-mouse collision shield. But it actually isn't. I just like to think that. Left side has a metal strap port, strap holder, whatever you want to call it. Then the underside looks so clean with rounded edges. Back to the RGB. LEDs are really bright on this unit. Paired with switch LED diffusers and shine-through topographic keycaps, this looks stunning all around. By pressing the function key and page up, you can cycle through the multiple RGB modes. By the way, I advise that you keep the manual for more alternate functions on the keys of this keyboard. Overall, in the budget category of magnetic keyboards, I crown the Aula Hero 68HE the most aesthetic, feature-packed, overkill spec keyboard to date. So there's that. Have you got any questions? Let me know and go access the links on the description on where to get your Aula Hero 68HE. You buy this from those links and I earn a little bit of commission. So go get me a cup of coffee and I'll see you again next time.